Hi Scholar, I am glad to know you have interest in this video, so welcome to Post Scholar's channel. By the grace of God, I believe you will learn something by the end of this video. So the title of this video is Algebraic Equation of Order Number Basis. And there are two examples we are going to solve together. This is the first example and this is the second example. Without any further ado, let's get started. So we start by writing solution. Now, question 1 says P base 2 times 111 base 2 equals 11001011 base 2. We are asked to find the value of P, right? Now, we start by writing the question. Question says P base 2 times 111 base 2 equals 11001011 base 2. Next, the mission is to find the value of P. Right? Then without wasting time, multiplication is combining this term and this term together, right? We already know that A times B is equal to AB, A times P is equal to AP, and the beauty is the fact that this term and this term have the same base, right? So what we need to do is P base 2 multiplied by 111 base 2. What do you have? It becomes P111 base 2, right? Equals right hand side is 11001011 base 2. Now we are to find the value of P. To find the value of P, we already know that multiplication is connecting P and 111. So we divide the left hand side and the right hand side by 111 base 2. Doing so, we have over 111 base 2 over 111 base 2, right? Now, you see 111 base 2 cancels 111 base 2. So we know that we have that P is equal to 11001011 base 2 over 111 base 2. Now, at the right hand side, we need to solve so that we can find the value of what? P. This is division. We are simply dividing 11001011 base 2 by 111 base 2. There are two methods you can use. You can convert this to base 10, convert this to base 10, divide it, then the answer, convert it back to base 2. But we won't do that. We'll use a faster method by using the division method of number base. How do we go about that? You simply say 111 base 2 divided by 1011001011, right? This is the division we want to do, so please follow me. Now we start by saying 111 in 1 is not possible, 111 in 11 is not possible, 111 in 110 is still not possible, right? Because this is 110, this is 111. 111 in 1100 is simply 1, because in base 2 the only digits you need are 0 and 1. So 111 in 1100 is 1. Next, you multiply 1 times 111 gives 111. Now you subtract. Remember, the division was with 1100. That's why we are subtracting it, right? So you say 0 minus 1, impossible. You can't borrow from here, but you can borrow from here. So if you borrow 1 from this one, you are left with 0. Now that 1 you borrowed from this one take the value of 2, which is the base, add it to 0, so you have 2 here, right? Similarly, you still need, this is not possible, right? So you still borrow 1 from this 2. When you borrow 1 from 2, you are left with 1. That 1 you borrowed from 2 takes the value of 2, which is the base, add it to this, and it becomes 2, right? Now you can subtract. 2 minus 1 gives 1. 1 minus 1 gives 0, right? 0 minus 1 is not possible, right? So you have to borrow 1 from this. When you borrow 1 from this, you are left with 0. That 1 you borrow from this takes the value of 2, add it to this, which becomes what? 2. Then you can now subtract by saying 2 minus 1 gives 1, right? So write 1. Next, you divide again. How many 111 can you find the 101? It's not possible. Since it's not possible, you bring down this 1, right? So you have something like this. Good. 1. Now you can say how many 111 can you find in 1011? Is still 1. So you write your 1. Now you multiply next. 1 times 111 gives 111. Now you subtract. By subtracting, 1 minus 1 gives 0. Right? Next, 1 minus 1 again gives 0. 1 minus 0 minus 1 is impossible, right? So you borrow from this. When you borrow 1 from this, you are left with 0. The 1 you borrowed from this takes the value of 2, which is the base, then add it to this 0, gives 2. Now you can subtract by saying 2 minus 1 gives 1, right? Now you divide again. How many 1, 1, 1 can you find in 1, 0, 0? It's impossible, right? So you bring down this 0. When you do that, you have something like this. Now you can divide. How many 1, 1, 1 can you find in 1, 0, 0, 0? That's 1 again. So you write 1. Now you multiply. 1 times 1, 1, 1 gives 1, 1, 1. Similarly, you subtract again, right? 0 minus 1 impossible. You can't borrow from here. You can't borrow from here, but you can borrow from here. So you will borrow 1 from here. You are left with 0. The 1 that you borrowed from here takes the value of 2, right? Then you subtract 1 from this 2 again. That 1 becomes 2. Add it to this 0, which gives 2 again. Subtract 1 from 2 again. You are left with 1. That 1 you borrowed from 2, add it to this 0, which gives you 2. Now you can continue the operation by saying 2 minus 1 gives 1. 1 minus 1 gives 0. 1 minus 1 gives 0. And 0 minus nothing gives 0, right? So next you say 1, 1, 1 in, take note, these zeros is insignificant. 1, 1, 1 in 1 is not possible, right? So you bring down this 1. So now you have 1, 1. 1, 1, 1 in 1, 1 is not possible. So what do you do? Since you have already brought down this 1, it's simply 0. So you write 0, right? 0. Then you multiply. 0 times 1, 1, 1 gives 0. So you write your 0 here. Now you subtract. 1 minus 0 gives 1. 1 minus 0 gives 1. Now, again, you see how many 1, 1, 1 can you find in 1, 1? It's impossible. So you bring down this 1, right? So you have your 1. Now, how many 1, 1, 1 can you find in 1, 1, 1? That's simply 1. So I write 1 here. Then next, I multiply. 1 times 1, 1, 1 gives 1, 1, 1. So I write it. Now I subtract. It has been exhausted. So the final answer is 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Therefore, I can say P is equal to 1, 1, 1, 0, 1 base 2. Remember, P is actually in what? Base 2. So base 2. So I can say therefore P is equal to 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. And that's our final answer. There are two questions. So move to the second question. The second question says 1, 0, 1, 1 base 2 equals to P base 6. Find the value of P. So write the question quickly. Question 2 says 1, 0, 1, 1 base 2 is equals to P base 6. Now the mission is for us to find the value of P. So to do that, I'll focus on the left hand side. We'll convert the left hand side to base 10. Right? So how do you do that? The first thing to do is you order it 0, 1, 2, 3. Then next you say 0, 1 times 2 raised to power 3 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0. So let's present it. 1 times 2 raised to power 3 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0 equal P base 6. So 2 raised to power 3 gives 8. 8 times 1 is 8, right? Plus 2 raised to power 2 is 4. But 4 times 0 gives 0. Then plus 2 raised to power 1 is 2. 2 times 1 gives 2. Plus 2 raised to power 0 is 1. 1 times 1 gives 1 equal P base 6. Now you add next. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So you have 11 is equal to P base 6. Remember, the mission is to find the value of P. Now, this 11 is in base 10, right? Let's write it. While this 6, this P is in base what? 6. So what I just need to do is to convert this 11 base 10 to base 6. And how do I do that? I simply say 11. I simply divide all consecutively by 6 and write down the remainder, right? So how many 6 can you find in 11? That's 1, remainder 5. Then how many 6 can you find in 1? That's 0, remainder 1. So we have that 11 base 10 is now equals to what? You count from the bottom. 1, 5 base 6. Now we have converted 11 base 10 to 1, 5 base 6. So I can say 1, 5 base 6 is equals to p base 6. Remember, what are we looking for? We are looking for the value of what? P. We have base 6 here, we have base 6 here. Therefore, p is equals to what? 1, 5. Now we have come to the end of this video. I hope it is well understood. See you in my next video, and bye.